Hello guys, so today I would like to show you some Grimness combos because we got through the Diva ones last time, although they are not every Diva combo of course that exists, but the main ones. And yeah, Grimness is a bit more versatile, but it also doesn't end up on as powerful boards. But as I said, he's a lot more he or she, I don't know. They are a lot more versatile. So yeah, let's get into the combos. Now let's go over the Grimness and Dragoons combo. So here you can normal summon Gishki-Grimness, get your Gishki-Abyss, use its effect, and since we have a level 4 in hand, we are going to get Shadow because it can discard itself to set up our Bujinki Hashima play, since we already have 2 monsters with the same level in our grave. So we are going to discard Shadow to grab our photo mirror. Then we are going to link these two off to make Bujinki Ahashima. Ahashima's effect activates. We will special summon both our level 4s to make a Bahamut Shark. Bahamut Shark's effect activates. We detach Dragoons to special summon a Totally Awesome. And then Dragoon's effect activates. We are going to search from our deck a Gishki Vision. Now we are going to discard the Vision to grab a Neri Manas. And then we are going to activate Photo Mirror, special summon Neri Manas to special summon back the Gishki-Abyss. Abyss's effect will grab us a Grim for next turn, or depending on your hand, you can extend even more with this. Okay, and here we can do two things. We could either just make a gigantic and special summon another Abyss from our deck to get another card for our next turn, or we could overlay these two for gigantic. Let's place it here. Let me write. Right. To make gigantic sprite, and then we can link off these two for anemone. Then use gigantic's effect, detach probably the Abyss, because we would like to keep gigantic sprite to have 3k attack. We'll special summon Swap Frog from the deck, send the other Swap Frog from the grave to the grave. Use Anemone's effect, special summon back the Swap Frog, and we get 2 toads. So this is a pretty decent board, considering the fact we only opened Grimness and Dragoons, and also I really like it because we are going to get 2 cards back to our hand as well, which can guarantee us follow-up, because for example we can get Shadow and Neri Manas, and if we discard the Shadow we can get the Aqua Mirror, tribute Grimness to special summon Neri Manas, revive the Grimness, and we can once again special summon Abyss and get its effect, and so on. I really like this. So let's get into the next combo. So for this next combo we are going to use Tipsy Diva and Grimness. This combo begins with the following. We can normal summon our Tipsy Diva. We will get obviously our Neptabyss. Neptabyss's effect will activate, send the Dragoons to the grave to grab to our hand another Dragoons. and then Dragoon's effect from the grave activates, and we'll get ourselves a Gishki-Shadow. So here, instead of going for our Goyo Defender play, we are going to link these two off to go into Abyss Keeper, which lets us special summon a fish from our hand to an arrow that it points to. So Abyss Keeper will let us special summon our Grimness and use its effect to special summon Gishki-Abyss. Abyss's effect lets us search our Gishki Vision. Great. So now we have two level 2s on the field. We are going to link these off to make our Bujinki Ahashima, if we find it. Our Bujinki Ahashima, great. To one of the arrows, it doesn't really matter. I would actually rather have it here. Great, and use its effect to special summon our two level 4s. We'll get our Bahamut Shark, detach for Bahamut Shark to get a toad on the field, and then Dragoon's effect can activate to grab us our Moulinglacia, if we find it, Moulinglacia. Great, and we have 5 Waters in Grave right now, so we can just special summon our Moulinglacia right here. So we rip 2 cards from our opponent's hand, then we can overlay these 2 into our gigantic sprite. Sorry for the camera focus. Right, actually let me zoom out a bit. Okay, great. Right, and here we can do a couple of things. We could either link these 2 off to go for our anemone and just go for some fun plays, or we can even do the following. Actually, we're going to link him off either way, but what I meant was the following. We are going to link these 2 off to make our Marine's Coral Anemone right here, and then we are going to use Toadally's effect to grab our Grimness. Now we are going to discard these 2. We'll get Aqua Mirror and Nerimanas. Great, we're going to use our Aqua Mirror to tribute the Grimness and special summon our Nerimanas. Nerimanas' effect will special summon from our grave our Abyss. Abyss's effect will let us search for a Gishki-Shadow. We are then gonna link 1, 2, 3, 4 off for a 4 negate Apollousa here. Then we are going to use Nerimanas' effect, not Nerimanas' effect, Aqua Mirror's effect to shuffle Aqua Mirror back and get our Nerimanas. Great, we are going to discard Shadow, get our Photo Mirror, and then we are going to use Photo Mirror to tribute, to ritual summon our Nerimanas, which is also going to revive our Coral Anemone. We are going to use Gigantic's effect, detach, to special summon the Swap Frog, not at the zone Anemone points to, And use a swap frogs effect to send a swap frog from the deck, revive it with anemone, and then we're going to make a second totally awesome. So we ripped 2 cards from our opponent's hand, and we also made a Toad for Negate Apollousa and Neri Manas. So another combo I would like to mention is having Grimness and Abyss in your hand. So we are going to normal summon our Grimness, use its effect to special summon Gishki-Abyss from our deck. Abyss's effect will grab us a Shadow, so we have these 2 cards in our hand for now. Then we are going to link these 2 off for Abyss Keeper. Abyss Keeper will let us special summon Gishki-Abyss. Abyss's effect will grab us a Gishki Vision, so we got these 2. And here we are going to discard both of them to grab ourselves a Photo Mirror and the Neri Manas. Use Photo Mirror to special summon Neri Manas. Neri Manas' effect will special summon our Abyss again, and Abyss will grab us a second Gishki Shadow. Now we have a level 4 in grave and a level 4 in hand, so we are going to go into Bujinki Ahashima. Ahashima's effect will let us special summon both of our shadows to go into a Bahamut Shark play, detach to get our Toad. And here you could either just let the board as it is and maybe make a gigantic, get a search or something, but I would really rather link these 2 off. Actually, not yet. Sorry about that. First of all, I would overlay these 2 to make gigantic right here to free up the link zones, although it would have been the same, but anyway. And then I would link these 2 off to special summon Coral Anemone. Then I'll get to add a card from my grave to the hand. You could either get Gishki Green for follow-up, although we have all of our Abysses in the grave right now, but he can still special summon Gishki Vision or something to help you go for rank 2 plays or link 2 plays, sprite plays, whatever. And you could either get a Vision, Shadow, whatever. Yeah. And then we're going to detach from Gigantic, to special summon our Swap Frog. Swap Frog's effect, will special send to the grave the other Swap Frog, and then Anemone will special summon the other Swap Frog, and we're going to make another Toad. But you'll be like, what is the difference? We already had a Toad and the Neri Manas. Well, now we have a Toad that can actually be revived by Neri Manas every single turn. Also, a Toad will grab us another monster from the grave when it will use its effect, and yeah, pretty cool. So for this combo we're technically using Grimness and Shadow only, but will require a random 3rd card in our hand, so it's technically a 2.5 card combo. So we are going to obviously normal summon our Grimness, use its effect to special summon Abyss from our deck. Abyss's effect activates. We are searching Vision since we already have Shadow. Obviously this is the same thing. If we had Vision, we're grabbing Shadow. Yeah. And then we are going, so here the plan is to overlay these 2 into Herald of Pure Light. So we are going to discard one of these to recycle it back to our hand with Herald. But the thing is that I wanted just to mention that if I discard both and something happens that from my opponent, I mean, that limits my resources, if I discarded Shadow, grabbing beforehand Photo Mirror or Aqua Mirror will be a bit risky, because if your opponent does interrupt you in some way, you'll probably have less resources. So if you did get Aqua Mirror in the first place, you're not going to be able to play, and the opposite stands as well. So here I suggest that you just discard the Vision to grab your Neri Manas, and then use Herald's effect, detaching the Abyss because we want it in the grave, to get Vision back to our hand and shuffle the random card back to the deck. Into the deck. Yeah. Then we are going to discard both Vision and Shadow to get our Aqua Mirror and our Neri Manas. Then we are going to Ritual Summon using Aqua Mirror, tributing our Neri Manas, to Special Summon another Neri Manas, and Neri Manas' effect will activate to revive Abyss from our grave. Then Abyss's effect activates and we'll get back to our hand another Gishki-Shadow. Then we are going to use Aqua Mirror's effect from the grave. We are going to get Neri Manas back to our hand to shuffle Aqua Mirror back into the deck, but we are going to discard the Shadow to get the Aqua Mirror back. So here we are going to link these two off because we want Abyss in the grave once again, and I'm going to make a Sprite Sprint. So I probably don't see that well. Right, Sprint's effect activates and we'll send to the grave a Swap Frog. Then we are going to use Aqua Mirror, tribute Neri Manas to special summon Neri Manas from our hand, and Neri Manas' effect will activate to special summon a Gishki-Abyss, which will grant us a Surge. Now we do this because we want another level 2 body on the field, so we are technically on the same spot as before because we'll grab the Neri Manas back, and yeah. So before we forget, Abyss's effect activates. We'll grab our third Shadow if we find it. Yeah, here it is. Then we'll recycle Aqua Mirror once again. We are going to make, using these two, a gigantic sprite. Probably wherever, actually it doesn't really matter. And now we are going to use a Shadow's effect. Discard it to get a Photo Mirror. Use Photo Mirror's effect, special summon Neri Manas. Use its effect to revive the Swap Frog. And now we are going to detach the Abyss from Gigantic Sprite to special summon, from the deck the other Swap Frog. Overlay these two into a totally awesome, pretty decent board. And yeah, you could even, technically, if you didn't want to pay the 5k, you could just have one less Neri Manas. Like here we could search the Aqua Mirror again and tribute Neri Manas to special summon something else. Yeah, the Swap Frog, I mean, sorry, not something else. Yeah, so that's it for the Gishki Shadow and Grimness combo, or Gishki Vision and Grimness combo, plus one random card in our hand. So also another cute thing to know is that if you do draw Grimness and Moulinglacia, you can 100% get off Moulinglacia's effect. You can literally just normal summon Grim, special summon Abyss. Abyss's effect activates and we'll get one of our Gishkis. We can link these two off into Anemone, use her effect, revive Abyss, use its effect to to grab a vision, discard both to grab a photo mirror and Nere manas, and then we can use this special summon Nere manas, revive whatever. We can link these 3 off to make, just because we don't have any other targets since we are locked into water, to make Zylantis, and then we have 5 waters in grave. We can drop our Moulin. So we ripped 2 cards from our opponent's hand, and we have 1 monster negate and a big body that can... It is kind of threatening, I suppose. It's not a good combo, of course, but I really like to know that if I do draw Grim and Moulin, that I can use Moulin. So, and lastly, I would like to showcase Grimness and Swap Frog combo, but you require another water monster as well for it. It's also kind of mid-range, I suppose, combo, not an insane one as the others. Here we are going to normal summon our Grim, special summon our Abyss, and get a search for Shadow or Vision, doesn't really matter. Here we are going to use a Swap Frog's effect, special summon it by discarding the water monster from our hand. No effect to send another swap to the grave. We are going to use Swap's effect to bounce Abyss back to our hand. Then we are going to link these 2 off into our, where is it? Abyss Keeper. Great. Use its effect to special summon our Gishki-Atlantean. Use Abyss's effect to grab ourselves a Vision. Discard both. Get Photo Mirror and Aqua Mirror. Photo Mirror and Nere manas. Use Photo Mirror to special summon our Nere manas, and Nere manas' effect will revive our Swap Frog. No effect once again. We're going to overlay these 2 into our Gigantic. Gigantic's effect will then special summon the other Swap Frog. And we got a totally awesome as well. So yeah, it's not anything great, but having these resources, it's pretty decent. I mean, having Swap Frog and Grim, and maybe a Minstrel or whatever, which would be the 3rd water one, I mean. You could also do some stuff with Grim and Swap Frog alone, but it's a bit more complicated, and you most probably will have another water in hand. It's kind of crazy not to have one. But yeah. So that's it for the combos and ideas I had about Gishki Grimness. I have some more, but actually let me know if you'd like that. I mean, if you'd like another video consisting of those ideas. And also comment down below if you'd like. I have some very interesting test hands that I would like to discuss with you all on the matter of how you would approach them, because they are kind of tricky, and there are a lot of ways you can bypass hand traps that are not really obvious. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and bye.